Ladies and gentlemen, sit back for a few minutes and consider the unexpected world of Craig McLachlan. Welcome. You're here at last.
I'm here at last.
Now, we should explain the hair, because the last time I saw you, you had the sort of curly look.
I know. It's a worry, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? Just so that you know, the hair is straight on. I've actually come straight from Grease rehearsals. Wella. And if you look very carefully, you'll see these aren't stuck on, by the way, these sideburns. They are the real deal. Been growing those for months.
Is that right? Mm. In some sort of biological laboratory, by the look of it.
Well, I am facially, follicularly challenged. It takes me... You know, I could never grow a beard. I could never do a Ned Kelly picture where I had to grow my own beard. It's always got to be stuck on.
But you can grow sideburns.
Well, can I?
I'm tempted to pull at those and see what happens.
Don't you dare.
Let's go back, Craig McLachlan. When you were a kid, all you knew was you wanted to be seen. Why was that?
I don't know. I'm the only... I say I'm the only show-off in the family. I'm certainly the only one in the family who is in show business and who ever wanted to be. But from the earliest age, even in infant school, when the teacher would ask the class, what do you want to do when you grow up? And, you know, Billy would say, I'd like to be a builder like Dad, and, you know, Johnny would want to be a doctor. I'd sit there and I'd say, I want to be in True Grit with John Wayne. And it was always there. There was never anything else.
You were also very inspired by Jesus Christ Superstar, weren't you?
I was very inspired by Jesus Christ Superstar. I had a friend who lived down the road. I won't name him because that would be unfair, but he was...
Judas.
Judas. Always selling me out to my parents.
Yeah.
I convinced him to help me build an enormous cross because I felt that I should be crucified. So my parents were out for the day. He came over. Thankfully, luckily, his dad was a carpenter, so we had all the raw materials we needed to build a huge cross. We had a couple of brothers from up the road come and help with the crucifixion. So we did. We built this huge cross that the cross must have... We have photographs. The next-door neighbours took photographs for my mum.
She wasn't going to notice the cross when she came home?
Exactly. The cross was huge. So they decided to tie me. And the three of them together pushed the cross up against the back fence. Mm. What I haven't pointed out, folks, is our family home backed onto a public golf course. And the reason my mum wasn't home that day is because she's playing golf. And so my Aunt Faye and my mother are on the second fairway of Tuggerah Lakes golf course. The cross is up by now. I'm tied to it, and my aunt gives it this. Madeline, Craigie's crucified himself. But what's interesting is they played out the hole, came down the third fairway, which was a long par 5, and Mum came in. My mum stands 4'11", folks. She came in, I'm on like a 12-foot cross, and she says, you get down off there right now. I'm like, Mum, I'm crucified. I don't care. You get off there right now. And she dug the shaft, the grip, the end of the club into my rib cage. And I'm like, yes, that's just what they did to Jesus.
When you saw Mel Gibson's The Passion, were you annoyed that he'd taken your idea?
Jealous as hell that I wasn't cast in it.
Crucifixion seems like a perfect metaphor for going into show business. You continue to be seen, you're in bands, you're in school plays, and then you audition for Neighbours, and despite having no acting experience whatsoever, you got the job. Now, we got a little clip here from Neighbours, and this clip won't surprise you. This is Craig as Henry in Neighbours.
Outside, quick!
What about my dad?
In a minute.
No!
Now, you can make a lot of jokes about acting ability on Neighbours, but you had no experience at all. How did you get that job?
I don't know where to start having seen that clip. I don't know whether to go with the haircut, with the language. Where's my Dax? But do you know, the truth is, you're absolutely right, I had no experience when I auditioned for Neighbours. In fact, when they called me in, I simply went in. I was a 21-year-old kid, and I just flirted with the producers like a madman. I thought if I can make them fall in love with me and tell some funny stories, what I lack in technical, you know, ability, they might think, oh, no, the kid's got something. Well, in fact, I said to them that night in the shower, I said, you know...
It clearly worked, because within a... Thank you, Doug McLachlan.
Yes.
It clearly worked, because within a few years, I mean, everything you touched turned to gold. You'd got the gold logie, a few silver logies. Your song Mona was at #1 in the charts. What was your favourite all-time moment of stardom? The one that sits with you still?
This will sound dreadfully cliched, and there have been so many. Everything has been beyond what I imagined. A couple of things come to mind, though. Meeting the Queen was a big deal. Not that I'm a huge royalist, but for my mum, it wouldn't matter what else I've done or what else I may do, God willing. The fact that I met the Queen, you can take your logie and jam it. Compared to meeting the Queen, nothing comes close.
You talked before about the Craig McLachlan fantasy. Part of that fantasy was, as a lifetime fan of Kiss, you got to play with Paul Stanley from Kiss.
Yeah.
Did he teach you anything cool?
Just how to put makeup on really well. Do you know, he's an extraordinary guy.
Tell you what, sorry, pardon me. Let's do this better. We've got the gorgeous Gavin here with a guitar.
Dear oh dear. Thank you. Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, it's my Spanish blood.
He certainly didn't teach me that. So we had a songwriting session that just deteriorated into me playing Tonight I want to give it all to you. In the darkness, there's so much I want to do. Every Kiss song on the catalogue up until that point. I was made, you were made. Everything we just played. I want to rock and roll all night, of course. But as a kid, my brother's 8 years my senior, so he had Hendrix records. His record collection was where I would escape to and sneak in there and play all sorts of things. Do you want to hear something jazzy? I'm just trying to desperately think of something I can actually sing, because I'm just making this up on the spot.
You don't have to. You don't have to. I was just curious. The Night with Paul Stanley.
The Night with Paul Stanley.
Yeah.
So, we wrote...
I wonder how long that would have gone before
Sorry.
I brought it.
We wrote some stuff, none of which either of us used, but a great friendship developed. We keep in touch to this day.
Is that right? Well, I'll tell you, we won't make you sit here with the guitar all night. Well, the gorgeous Gavin, I'm sorry, we have to take that away. It's an ABC guitar. We've borrowed it.
Oh, in that case. Thank you, mate.